Praise and all glory. Big up to the 12 tribes of Israel. We got next. And why, baby? Let's get it. NYMG. All life as an Israelite. Israelite, all life. Can you feel me? All life as an Israelite. Israelite, all life. All life as an Israelite, Israelite, all life. Can you feel me? All life as an Israelite, Israelite, all life. As I cruise 70 west, I must confess, I'm put to the test, I'm stressed, seeking that holy rest. Cause rest in the sinful flesh is not blessed. Try to speak the truth, trying to fight the flesh and flex. My spirit be like, damn, what's next? Talebearers, backbiters, haters, you act like you love me, but you're full of the bubbly, trying to play me, shit's crazy, phony homemade, talk you love me, but betray me, your was baby, baby. The truth is we all make mistakes, we all have offended, or Israel have sinned, we trying to win, endure to the end, forsake all your sins, holla at me baby. All life as an Israelite, Israelite, all life. Can you feel me? All life as an Israelite, Israelite, all life. All life as an Israelite, Israelite, all life. Can you feel me? All life as an Israelite, Israelite, all life. At times when I know to
climb up this mountain,
I can't find the right words to say until I close my lips and let the tears roll down my face. I bow my head and clench my fists. I can no longer
praise and glory.
Moment I submit, it's surrender. I admit I'm a sinner. I repent for my sins, so there's a chance I may enter.
So how y'all, how you doing? I'm traveling the country. I always wanted to drive across the country. I always did. I didn't think I'd be driving by myself. It is what it is. All praise the Lord for the Most High. Climbing up. Get this view. People want to look, driving through, check it out. So Esau on the top up here.
All praise and glory once again. You know who this is, your brother Maharawchaa.
That's all I got. Wow.
Few ready, one love, one nation, one king. Big up to all 12 tribes of the nation of Israel, man. Stand firm, man. Being a Hebrew Israelite is not about a nice cakewalk, baby. It's a hard life.
Oh, somebody put "I love you" Todd over there. I said, let me make this stop so I can see what they're talking about.
There's like 3 more, brother, man, that are fucking sick too.
Oh, yeah?
Keep going down. There's one called Ghost Rock. I don't know. There's like 3 more that are along this ridge.
Yeah.
My name's Joshua.
Oh, Joshua, you got an spiritual name. Maharawchaa.
One more time?
Maharawchaa.
Maharawchaa.
Joshua.
Yep, Maharawchaa.
Yeah.
Yeah, bro, this place is sick.
You the truck driver right there?
Yep, yep.
Oh, okay, so you come through here a lot.
You know what I mean? Only when I drive all 48 states, so.
Oh, yeah? Okay, I got a lot of friends, though, a lot of brothers that drive trucks. I don't know if they've been here, but...
Yeah, tell them about it, bro. It's not that good.
Yeah, I was thinking about getting my CDL. Because I'll be doing a lot of driving anyway. I might as well, right?
Yeah, what do you do?
I'm a teacher.
That's cool. For what?
I teach elementary, and I also teach the Bible.
All right. Like Christian school?
No, not Christian, Hebrew.
Hebrew school?
Yeah, we teach that according to the Bible, the so-called African Americans that came over in cargo slave ships,
Yep.
that they are in fact the true historical biblical Jews and Israelites.
I've seen that. I've seen stuff like that on the internet.
Yeah, and the so-called Spanish Native Americans, they make up the tribes of Israel.
Right.
And so is this a awakening of our people coming to the understanding of who they are, first and foremost, so we can come together and stop killing, hating, destroying each other. You know what I'm saying? And it's not, people look at us and see and say, think it's racism. But racism just means you care for your own people, right?
I don't know about no. Racism means you don't like another people.
No, racism means you care for your people first and foremost.
That's tribalism, bro.
You know, tribalism, racism, nationalism, whatever which one you want to call it.
It's not all the same thing. Nationalism is for your country.
Right.
Tribalism is for your group of people, but
right.
Racism is that you don't like another group of people.
Nationalism is what our nation as Hebrew Israelites, right?
All right.
Tribalism is we are 12 tribes that make up the nation of Israel.
Yep.
Right? So we're tribalists, we're nationalism, and racism is what the European really created, because he was the one that was racist. A lot of people don't even have the economic power to be racism. We don't set up institutions. We're not throwing people in prison. We're not using economic warfare. We're not doing using socialization. We don't have the power. The only people who got power to execute racism is the people that have power.
No, man, because I have been treated with racism. So, and it wasn't by someone in any power. But the dude named Rob. He would always tell me that I was part of the KKK and that I didn't like blacks and all this stuff. And I'm not, man. I'm not against any group of people. I believe that everybody should just try to do their best. And I don't know. I'm not against. I did not like him because he was black. I actually liked him.
Listen, I would agree with you to a fault in terms of all nations from the beginning of time had to interact with each other, right?
Well, sure.
We interacted in business and commerce and things of that nature, stuff like that. But when you have a people that intentionally try to destroy another culture.
Are you videotaping me?
Yeah, me, I'm videotaping the whole thing. You just part of the video. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, you can say hello to everybody out there.
What's up?
This is, Brother Joshua, according to what we teach, the so-called European white man, you know what I'm saying, woman and child is considered the Edomites.
All right.
The children of Edom, our blood brother.
Right.
We had the same father and mother, Jacob. Isaac and Rebekah. All right. We had the same father and mother, you know what I'm saying, called Isaac and Rebekah. And the Most High divided us as nations, and all of us, and each one of us had a plan on this planet Earth.
Each nation had its own plan.
Out of me and you, all nations got a plan and a role on the earth, but the Lord created a specific plan for my nation and your nation. And that we was going to split in half because of a blessing that we received that you were supposed to get on the physical, but it was already ordained to get for us to get in the spiritual. You understand? It was told to, let me show you what I'm saying. Rebecca couldn't get pregnant, right? So she prayed to the Lord that she get pregnant. So the Lord said, the Lord answered his prayer, right? And she conceived. And he gave her the purpose of the two children. He said, you have two children in thy womb, right? And one people should be stronger than the other, right? And it says one people should be stronger than the other, right? And he says the elders should serve the younger, right? This gives you a nutshell. Jacob and Esau. Genesis 25. So Esau came out first, and he said he came out red.
He's all hairy.
All over hairy, right? And Jacob, they didn't mention his complexion or his color or anything like that.
Right.
So when we look around the world to try to see like who fit that characteristic, it's talking about Esau as a cunning hunter, a man in the field, right? They also mentioned that he likes his habitation high, like I see you here. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
It shows the characteristic of the so-called European, right? Europeans call themselves rednecks.
Country people call themselves.
Yeah, rednecks, but you know, even the Native American Indians was like the red man. You know what I'm saying?
Well, we called the Europeans called the Indians the red men.
Right, but it was like, yo, how they the red men? Native Americans, any of brown people. You see what I'm saying? That was conquered by Europeans, and then Europeans, of course, every nation that they conquered, they left their seed. I mean, when you go to war, you kill the men, you take the women as your concubines, and you enslave the children. So now, if you land with the women, the children are going to come out being your nation. Right. Basically, regardless of the complexion. Right. They can come out any complexion, but long as when we as men lay down with a woman, we bring forth our nation, our seed. Right. So it doesn't really matter about the complexion when it comes to that. You see what I'm saying? But a lot of nations became lighter, fair skinned when the European conquered. You know what I'm saying?
So you don't believe in that the whole thing where it was I was on some Facebook page and they were talking about how white people come from Europe and that's where all the Neanderthals were, and black people come from Africa. And the Neanderthals ended up conquering the black people, and then that's how. Because I watched something that was saying that white people are all subhuman because they come from Neanderthals.
Well, you got different people bring forth different information. But what we teach is that the so-called European, when you read Genesis 36, it says, Edom dwelt in Mount Seir.
You believe straight out of the Bible, like what the Bible says. Because you know some churches you go to and they're like, they pick and choose what they want, but you believe Genesis all the way to Revelation.
Genesis to Revelation and the Apocrypha. You ever read the Apocrypha?
I don't know what you're saying. Apocrypha?
Apocrypha is a Greek word, means hidden books.
Oh,
they took 14 books out of the King James 1611.
The book of Judas, the book of Thomas,
Maccabees,
Mary,
the Maccabees, and all that goes into the Greek history.
Those are the Apocrypha?
Apocrypha.
Apocrypha?
Yeah, it means hidden.
All right.
Yeah, so they took those out in the 1900s.
Yeah. Whoa. I thought they took that out. I thought Emperor Constantine is the one who really set up the Bible, and he's the one who chose. Whatever you're saying, there's another word.
Yeah, it's 14 books.
Yeah, there's a bunch of
them. It's first Esdras, second Esdras.
Yeah.
It's Judith, Tobit.
I've read from what the research I looked into. I found out that it was Constantine.
Yeah, Constantine changed like the Sunday, Sabbath to Sunday. He did certain things, but when you read the 1611, the Apocrypha was in it. When you go get original 1611, the Apocrypha books are in it. And it took it out because there's a lot of history in it. A lot of prophecy in it, a lot of history and wisdom in it. So when you read the Bible, right, as it's written right now, you go from the Syrian captivity, the Babylonian captivity, the Persian and Mede captivity, and then all of a sudden it jumps straight to Rome.
And the other ones go in between.
But after the Persian, who took over the Persians? The Greeks.
Right.
So where's all the Greek history? That's 400 or 500 years worth of history that was taken out. And then you jump into Rome to the birth of Christ. Well, how did the Romans get into power?
Right. Yeah, the Bible doesn't say anything.
It doesn't say anything about that, but it mentions the Greek. It mentions Alexander the Greek in Daniel's the 8th chapter.
Alexander the Great.
Yeah, Alexander the Great.
And Alexander the Greek.
Yeah.
In the Bible.
It's on the first king of Grecia. They called him the first king of Grecia. Daniel was given a prophecy concerning the kingdoms that was going to come in the earth and rule. And so it mentioned a goat, which was Alexander the Great, and that he was the first king of Greece. So where's the rest of the history at?
Skipping all that.
Right. You got to go to the Maccabees, when Alexander came into power. And then you go in the book of Josephus, it also talks about Alexander the Great, that he acknowledged that he received the same vision that Daniel got, that he was going to conquer and rule when he finally met the Hebrew Israelite priest. And he saw the name of the Most High, which is Yahweh. And then he reverenced him. And then the vision came to him, and he acknowledged that,
these are in the other books, the Apocalypse or whatever you call
it. That's specifically what I'm talking about right now is the Josephus, but the rest of the history is the Maccabees.
Where do you find all these books? Because I found I've found mention of like Thomas, Magdalene, Judas, but I've never actually seen a book. Right.
I don't read those. I read the Maccabees, the 14 books that they got in the Apocrypha. You can go to Barnes & Noble and get Apocrypha. It's a red book. Or you can get a 1611 King James 1611 with the Apocrypha in it. But I don't read the Thomas. Other people I know read Thomas and all that, but I don't read all that. You know what I'm saying? But the Apocrypha, it got the history of the Greek Empire and all this other stuff like that when they conquered the known world back then with Seleucus, Ptolemy, and all those other generals that was all friends of Alexander the Great.
Yo, we were first starting talking about, do you believe that white people are Neanderthals, and somehow we got.
No, yeah, but what I was trying to say is that I was talking about Mount Seir. Like, Europeans like their habitation high. Let's just keep it real.
I like mountains.
Right.
I like rocks.
Right. They like mountains. They like their habitation high. That's why they build skyscrapers and big buildings. Because why? It reminds you spiritually of your dwelling where you live. You're mountainous people. Okay? There's mountainous people. So when we say Neanderthal, they're saying that's where your forefathers dwelled. That's what they call you Caucasians today. It means the Caucasus Mountains. You dwell in the Caucasus Mountain of Georgia, or which they call, or you also in Mount Seir. Mount Seir. You know what I'm saying? That's why you're more prone to cold versus a so-called African American.
I do like it colder.
Like cold to y'all like nothing. Cold to me, I'd be freezing.
Yeah.
Where you know what I'm saying? I'm from the Bronx, from New York.
Okay, New York.
Yeah.
Do you know my boy Robin? Because that's where he's from.
You know what people always tell me? Do I know John from New York? There's like millions of people there.
Yeah, I know.
Like what block, what street?
I have no idea. He's an old dude though. He was like 50. He was like 53. He didn't look like he was 53. I made him give me his license because he was like, "Yeah, I'm 53." I was like, "No way, give me a license." Look, he was born. I did the math. Yep.
Yeah, I'm 45, man.
You're 45?
Yeah.
Fuck. All right. You don't look. I would take you at 45.
Nobody gets that, man. Nobody gets that. You know what I'm saying?
How long have you been? Or how long have you been teacher? Is it?
I heard this truth in 1992.
Okay.
You know what I'm
Since
saying?
then,
So I
you've
was
been on
20.
your journey.
Yeah, 20 years.
I got you.
Young man coming in the truth, getting some answers and questions answered. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, at the end of the day, right? If people just establish the truth, then people could come to an agreement to get along.
Exactly.
Because if you don't establish the truth, right?
Give you knuckles for that. Yeah.
Then it's like you intentionally lying and you have something to hide.
That's the whole history thing. It's his story.
Right.
You know what I mean? We pick and choose what you want.
Right.
I got you. Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? I mean, at the end of the day, let's just admit the truth.
Yeah.
Because I don't want to be called a nigger.
Right.
A nigger means black. Nigger, negro means black.
Right.
So if I come from nigger, which is a Latin word, niger, you say it in Spanish, negro, it means black, nigger, black is black. So we have not evolved from black.
All right.
That's a color. I'm brown, first of all.
Well, but what about when people describe themselves like that?
Because they've been conditioned
But
to
you don't
say
think
black.
they should?
No, of course not.
You don't think
because
they should call each other nigger or nigga or whatever?
So I'm saying no nigger, no negro, no negro, nothing. That's not your nationality. Like, you're not white.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
That's true.
You know what I'm saying? You're not the color of a white piece of paper.
Right.
You're different shades of pink or red, right?
It's a color spectrum.
You know what I'm saying? Right.
Yeah.
So it's like we're different shades of brown.
Yep. It's true.
Right? So when you're saying giving me a nationality based off color, that's inaccurate.
But you don't think that, well, I'm just going to say your people should be calling each other that.
No, of course not.
That's like, yeah.
Of course not. But the thing is that the Most High God is so designed that in that same Bible, it describes the people as black.
All right. So then
that the European put up and said that Christ was white, Moses was white, all the people in the Bible is white. But when you go in the same book, it says they're black.
Listen, I've been into Egypt. Okay. So, and I know that the people, you know what I mean? That's one king or pope maybe painted his son and made his son.
Right, Rodriguez Borgia. Yeah, Pope Alexander VI of Rome painted.
If anybody thinks about it, coming from that area, I've been to that area. You know what I mean? People aren't white.
Right.
It's retarded.
Right. See, and see, these are the testimonies that a lot of Europeans, you know, what I'm saying, so-called white people come and confess. The scripture says that the Gentiles shall come from afar, so surely we have inherited lies and things of vanity. You know what I'm saying? It's about us coming back to who we are, because we've been deprived of it. So why you get mad at me? Because now we have awakened and realized that we do have a history. We have a place in history. That we have forefathers and foreparents. You know what I'm saying? We are great people. We're not just some niggas that were serving slavery. You see what I'm saying? You know what I mean? So that's the thing, is coming to the awakening of who we are.
Yeah, that was something that was beat out as a whole roots or whatever. Coach Kids didn't say his name was Watobi or whatever.
Right.
You know, I get what you're saying.
Right. So they beat your nationality because they want to destroy our history. It tell you that in Psalms the 83rd chapter. It mentions that.
Well, yeah, they break you down so that you'll be more compliant.
Right.
Yeah, I get
right.
what you're saying.
You know what I'm saying? So I mean, when we up there teaching, this is like the truth is the truth. A lie is a lie. Period. You know what I'm saying? So I could say homosexuality. I know that the reason why you standing here and I'm standing here because you had a father and a mother. Your father saw your mother. He wanted some. She saw him. They got it popping. You came out. That's the only way we standing here is a man and female. So now you get mad at me because I say, well, 2 men can't have children.
It's physically impossible.
Right. 2 women can't have children.
Without like natural.
Right. So if I sit there and say that's wrong, then you say I'm racist. But is it natural for you? Yeah, homophobic, racist, whatever. You know, discriminating. But the fact is, what you're doing is trying to depopulate the world because men and men cannot reproduce.
So who's trying to depopulate? Gay people?
Oh, the United States government. They really want to push homosexuality to deprive the family structure because family is what brings you wealth.
I read it. I don't remember what the guy's name was, but he was a black man on it was on Facebook, and he was talking about that, breaking down the family structure. What'd you say? Because it creates wealth.
Right. Your
exactly.
family structure creates wealth.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
I've been reading. I've been looking into books about how wealthy people think 3 generations ahead. You know what I mean? Right now, my daughter has more money in her bank account than I have in mine. So I'm trying to plan for her. You know what I mean? And then, because that's what it's about, bro.
Right. You know what I'm saying? You're supposed to have family, and in this system, it says, okay.
Well, I'm a bastard too, so I never knew my dad.
Well, right. I never met my father either, so you know what I mean. That's the system of America. You know what I'm saying? It doesn't value the family. It's about destroying the family structure. You know what I'm saying? Because look at all this land, right? We see this land as you driving, and you see all this land.
Awesome.
And why is it that everybody pushed up in cities and towns when we're supposed to have our own land? Your wealth is in the land, water in the land.
This is why I'm doing this trucking thing. Man.
That's Joshua's truck right there.
This is why I'm doing this because I want to buy land.
Right.
Like 200 acres, 300 acres. Put my house in the middle of it. And that's mine.
Right.
I want to get some goats. I want to get some chickens, some pigs.
Right, that's what we doing. You trying to do what we doing, huh, Joshua?
Man. Yeah. That's what I want. I want to be out, and then I want to be doing my thing, and then have you. It was Maharawchaa. Is that your name again?
Maharawchaa.
Maharawchaa. I apologize.
Right.
Maharawchaa. I'd have you come over for, you know what I mean? Like the, I don't know.
Well, gathering.
Yeah.
Right.
We'll be drinking the meat home. You know what I mean?
Hey.
Hang out, are you vegetarian or?
Nah, we eat meat.
All right, cool.
The Bible says you can eat meat.
Well, the girl that I hang out with is vegetarian. So
okay.
You can come over and we'll eat a goat. And, you know,
eat a goat. Yeah. Well, I'll go. Right. Where you live at though?
Nowhere. In the truck.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
one of my brothers Corey, he lives in this truck.
Yeah, I'm saving, man, right now.
Oh, okay.
So I'm saying my daughter has more money in her bank account than I do. I'm trying. I listen to some books because that's all I do is drive. So I listen to books all the time. And one of the books I listened to talked about it's like a savings plan.
Right.
You should always give 10% to yourself, 20% to your debts, and live off of 7. So
okay.
I'm going to start that.
I had a system where I was reading a book called Secrets of the Millionaire Mind, and one of those books was given a breakdown of how you put your money in several accounts.
Yep.
And it works too.
Yep.
You have a lot of money when you break it down like that. I just gotta remember that system. But yeah, man, I'm just traveling, going to California, pick up a family out there, and I said, let me stop and see this view right here, you know. But at the end of the day, man, the Hebrew Israelites, you know what I'm saying, we're a nation of people that's coming back to our nationality, our language, our God. You know what I'm saying? We're going to rebuke evil. That's what the Bible says, right? You know what I'm saying? We subscribe by the Bible. The Lord said, thou shalt not steal, thou shalt not murder, thou shalt not do this, thou shalt not do that. And if people would do that, then the world will be in peace. Because when Israel rule again, the world going to be in peace. Straight up. The animals going to be at rest. Everything going to be at peace. The scripture says there's going to be no more war. Right? You see what I'm saying? But if you have people that's greedy for gain, then they're going to rob and murder and kill and steal and justify it in the name of peace. You know what I'm saying? But when the Most High created the nation, he gave everybody their own land. He gave everybody their land. So there's no need for me to come steal your land or take your land. Because I got my own land. You see? So when you have boundaries and you don't cross the boundaries, then there's peace.
If you respect them, yeah.
Right, respect.
Somebody gets greedy.
Right.
goes around and starts swallowing.
And want to take everybody's land. And then you get mad when people get mad at you. So you can't get mad if you don't rape, rob, and murder, and stole everybody's stuff. And then now they looking at you.
You mean like my ancestors?
Like your ancestors, right? Yeah. You know what I'm saying? How you gonna get mad? You done came and pilgrimage, robbed, murdered, stole, and then say it's yours.
Right. Plant a flag.
You see what I'm saying?
Yep.
But that's somebody else's nation that you subdued. You know what I'm saying?
Because you're saying the 12.
You know, right. You know what I'm saying? What I mean, they don't went. I mean, the European conquered the world. There was prophecy for them to conquer the world. You know what I'm saying? Said thou should live by the sword. Told Esau you should live by the sword. You know what I'm saying? Jacob was going to rule the whole world at one point. He ruled. And all nations had a chance to rule at one point. So it's not going to be no excuse in the days when the judgment comes. It's going to be, have you worship him? Have you honored the people of the Lord? Because the people of the Most High is the ones that's going to govern the new kingdom on the earth. They're going to be the one that is exalted. That's going to be the priest. That's going to govern all mankind according to the laws of God. The same people that you hated, put down, abused, misused, the Lord is going to exhort them up in the last days. And then all nations going to realize that the people that they subdued are the children of the Most High.
So so the Jewish people aren't the real?
No, they're not the real. Come on, the white man can't be everybody, man.
Well, the Jewish people aren't white.
They're white. They're Europeans.
Well, you're saying like people in Israel and stuff?
Yeah, the Israelis are nothing but converts that was implanted in 1948 by the League of Nations.
Nothing but what? Converts?
Yo, converts. They converted over to our nationality. That's why they say they Israeli. Right. Israeli means somebody that lives in that state, region. Israelite is someone that was born through Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob.
Gotcha. Right.
You see what I'm saying? So that's why, what's that man named Iman Nasser? He said in 1958, how the Jews left here black and come back white.
Right.
You see what I'm saying?
Right.
So Hitler knew that the black people in America was Israelites.
About that, yeah.
You see what I'm saying? That's why he's saying we got to come together and form our own government, our own nation. And that's why he was persecuting those people that was claiming our heritage, and he burnt them in ovens. He put swastika stickers on it, which means black in German. He said, no, you're not the Jews. Right. So stop acting like you them.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? So what is this really about? Us coming back to who we are as a people. And then we got to tell everybody else who they really are. You know what I'm saying? And once we get respect and boundaries is lined, like I used to work with this Asian guy. And we used to talk like me and you talking. Yeah. And we said, listen, man, me and him, he was cool. Right. Me and him used to talk, chop it up in the whole night. He said, listen, man, I'm Asian, I'm Chinese, you black, whatever. You know what I'm saying? You know, we have our land, you have your land. You know, we don't cross each other's boundaries, because once we cross each other's boundaries, then we got to go to war. Peace is only established through war.
Yeah.
Right? So if you want peace, if somebody's not giving you peace, you have to take your peace. Right? If somebody bullying you in school and taking your money, how you going to stop bullying? You got to fight. Yeah. You see what I'm saying? Now you're going to respect you. Yep. Right? Yep. So then it's boundary. Now we can get back to business and commerce and stuff like that. So, I mean, that's just a general thing between men. Right. You know what I'm saying? Men supposed to naturally know, listen, if I cross a line, then I know that we probably can get physical. Right? Yeah. So now I'm going to have a respect for that line, you know what I'm saying? Make sure if I don't want to go that way, then I'm not going to cross the line.
You got the choice.
Right, you got the choice. But if you choose not to, and the person says, all right, now I'm going to tell you right now, it's the last time, and you decide to cross the line, you can't get mad. Right. You see what I'm saying? You made the choice. And that's what I tell women. I said, if you sitting up there basing the man's face, and you trying to intimidate him, you know he's stronger than you. But you cross the line, then you get mad when you get the judgment. You know what I'm saying? So don't cross the line.
Right.
You know what I mean?
They fight it different.
You know, so I mean, at the end of this whole thing, man, it's gonna be peace on earth. We're gonna rule, and all nations gonna be subdued, and they have to follow the righteous laws, statutes, commands of the Bible. You know what I'm saying? And then that's the only way it's gonna happen. It's not my word. It's not personal. It is personal, but it's not personal. Because at the end of the day, it's the Most High's law. It's His word. You know what I'm saying? So what He say, it's going to happen. When He said that we was going to go in slavery and cargo slave ship, Deuteronomy 28:68, He said, if you don't keep my commandment, I'm going to throw your ass in slavery. I'm going to put a yoke of iron upon your neck. I'm going to bring a nation that's fierce against you, like the eagle. And He's not going to have no mercy on your children, your mothers, your fathers, nothing. It happened.
Well, so you guys were living in sin, right?
Yeah, we was going against the Most High. We were worshiping false gods. When you read the Bible, every time the Lord put Israel in captivity because they worship all other gods.
Right.
So then he'll raise up the nation to destroy them and subdue them. He don't come down and put you across his lap. He raise up a spirit in a man or a nation to come and do his bidding. Right. So he'll put us in captivity. Then we'll cry, Lord, help us, help us, help us. Then he'll save us. Then we go right back to the same thing. Right. We're stiff-necked, hard-headed, rebellious people. You know what I'm saying? Just kept going in and out of captivity. You know what I'm saying? So at the end of this captivity, the Most High going to change our spirit that we ain't going to do that no more. You know what I'm saying? Right. But it's all a lesson for our nation. You see what I'm saying? So we all got a role, man. I'm glad I came on this mountain and got to meet my brother Josh.
I'm glad I met you too, man.
Joshua, man, you know what I'm saying? So you see the Hebrew Israelites out there. You got some people that's, you know, it may sound hard or it may sound rough, but let's just deal with the truth. Did so-called Europeans enslave black people? Yes. Have you raped, robbed, murdered, have stole the country? Have you gave smallpox? Have you created food and extinct animals? These are the things that you've done. You destroyed the earth. Took all you out the earth. You know what I'm saying? I mean, so the Bible says you should destroy him that destroyed the earth. So that means you can't be in power because you can't rule righteously. That's the point. When you rule, you destroy. So now you have to, somebody else got a rule that's not going to destroy. That's going to obey, like King Saul, right? He was the first king. He didn't listen. The Most High said, go destroy all the Amalekites. He didn't do it. He saved the king, he saved the spoils, and then he rent the kingdom from him and said, I'm going to give it to David. Because David, when the Lord told David to do something, he did it. You see what I'm saying?
Oh, the Lord gave it to David, you're saying?
Yeah, he gave him the rulership. He gave him the rulership because David said, David, follow everything that I say. So Saul would do what he wanted to do and not obey. So the Lord said, listen, if he gave you power like he gave Nebuchadnezzar, and Nebuchadnezzar got proud and said, I'm God, then the Lord destroyed him, made him be like a beast for like 4 years until he repented and the Most High healed him. You know, because the Most High going to say, all the glory is mine, first of all. You just a man that I created. So that means all nations got to serve him. You know what I'm saying? And if we his children, we the ones that's supposed to deliver his law, statutes, commandments to all the nations. That's our job. So yeah, we're going through all this hell and tribulation because in the end, we're going to reflect back to all the punishments that will happen to our nation. And now we ain't going to go back and do that no more. We're going to establish his law, statutes, commandments to govern all the world. Just like America, it runs the world. You can't sit there and say it don't. There's no military army on the planet Earth is stronger than the United States of America. Okay? And you can say Russia. Russia is still Europeans. Okay? Spain, France, all of the same people. You know what I'm saying? So they're the one who's ruling. The Chinese not ruling. No matter how many people, children they want to kill and try to have all these males, they're not ruling. Okay? The only person that's ruling this world right now as a nation is the so-called European. They're ruling. You know what I'm saying? And then nobody got the power to destroy this man's kingdom but a black man that's coming back by the name of Christ, Hamashiach, that's going to bring destruction on this earth. And all the nations, according to when you read, if you get the Apocrypha, read second Ezra, the 7th chapter. All the nations is going to raise war against him. This whole world going to be in chaos. And then when Christ comes, Hamashiach, and the angels, all the nations is going to raise war against him. It's going to be like, you know, you see the Star Wars thing. It's going to be like that. But they're going to fail. They're going to fail. And the Lord said he's going to destroy everybody in an hour. That's what the Bible says.